mention the honor and respect of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the great maqam of sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inna arsalnaka shahidan wa mubashiran wa nadhira. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jalla says, indeed, we have sent you as a witness, wa mubashiran, and giver of glad tidings or bringing of the good news, wa nadhira, and warner. لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, to believe in Allah and His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَتُعَذِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ, and to honor Him and respect Him, وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا, and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do tasbih of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala morning and evening. In the same subject and the same topic, in Surah Araf, verse number 157, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, chapter 7, verse number 157, فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِهِ وَعَزَّرُوهُ وَنَصَرُوهُ وَاتَّبَعُوا النُّورَ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ مَعَهُ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Those who believe in Him, وَعَزَّرُوهُ, and honor Him, وَنَصَرُوهُ, and support Him, وَاتَّبَعُوا النُّورَ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ مَعَهُ, and follow the light which was sent down to Him, أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. These are the people who will be successful. I recited these two verses in Quran, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning the honor and respect of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the highest status of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not only here, in Surah Nur chapter 24, verse number 63, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لا تجعلوا دعاء الرسول بينكم كدعاء بعضكم بعضا. لا تجعلوا دعاء الرسول, do not call Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as you are calling each other, كدعاء بعضكم بعضا. The way you are calling each other should not be used the same way of calling for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do not make your calling of the messenger among yourself as the call of one of you to another. لا تجعلوا دعاء رسول بينكم كدعاء بعضكم بعضا. In Surah Hujurat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لا تقدموا بين يدي الله ورسوله. Do not put yourself before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ, and fear Allah. إِنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our hearing and knowledge. And I'm mentioning these verses of Quran just to bring in your notice two issues just in the beginning of Islamic year of Muharram al-Haram. The new Islamic year, as we started praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it a year of barakah and blessing. But in this beginning of year, two things we have noticed. The ulama and the scholar and the sensible member of the society, that there are some external and some internal conspiracy going on to create a rift between Muslims and create kind of unrest in Muslim society, and then use this unrest or the reaction of Muslim society as a message of not having tolerance, and then make the Muslim Ummah, the Muslim community, their religion, Islam, their faith, their aqidah, the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all other things, make it as a target. So the external and internal from both sides, we felt the problem is started, and the indication of external problem is again after 5 years. If you remember 7th January 1915, when shooting happened in Paris, the result of publishing some material in which they were depicting Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and 17 people died, and you can remember the whole scenario, the chaos in the country and in Europe and all over the world. And we all as a Muslim, as we condemn the act of Charlie Hebdo of depicting our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at the same time we condemn the act of any kind of terror and killing innocent people and attack, and none of us in an Islamic society and representing Muslim society have supported it. But after 5 years again, in 2nd September, the same group of publishers decided to publish material again depicting our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I don't understand, in this civilized society, where in one hand we always debate and discuss the right of freedom and right of expression, but at the same time we know in this civilized society not to hurt the feeling of someone, and any material or any action which could be regarded incitement of hatred. So these two things are going parallel in this society. One is freedom of expression. You are free to express your feeling without any fear, and you don't have to be pressurized politically that you can't say what you feel. Freedom of expression is the core pillar of democracy in Europe. And we say, and always in all of our previous messages, we say freedom of expression is not only the core pillar of the Western democracy, it is the core pillar of Islam. Islam gives voice to the weak. Islam gives power to the people, those who are suffering, the people, those who are humiliated, the people, those who don't have any power and any say. The upper class have all rights and power, and the lower class, without any right, without any power, without any saying. Islam was the first to give power to the people from the people of the society, those who don't have any opportunity. And the world seen that how a slave known as Bilal is standing in the roof of Kaaba and saying Allahu Akbar and Hayya ala Salah, Hayya al Falah. Who could imagine that this black slave from Habasha is in the middle of the Arab, the highest and more respectable place in the Arab, not only Arab in the world, this slave will be standing on the roof and calling the people, Hayya ala Salah. Those who understand the meaning, they can understand what that means. Come here for good. Hayya ala Falah, come for Salah, come for success. So this was a call. So who can give more right to someone to express his feeling and give say to the slave and the people, those who were oppressed in the society. And in this short period of time, I won't be able to cover and give example, a glimpse from the Islamic history, but only the one example to understand the blank foreigner, slave, without any voice, without any value, and without any weight, was given the power to stand on the most respectable place and speak to the people and convey the message to the people and convey the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the people and call them. So this is the power of speech and freedom of expression. The ordinary slave, women, workers, poor people, those who were regarded low caste in the society, they were given power. So freedom of expression is the core pillar of Islam. Is not only the core pillar of European democracy, but we have to understand that freedom of expression with incitement to hatred. Incitement of hatred is a separate issue, and we have law in this country that though you have a right to express your feelings, you have a right to say something what you feel, but your saying should not be violating the right of others. Your saying should not be insulting someone else. Your saying is not creating chaos in the society. So freedom of expression doesn't mean I stand in front of you and swear at you. Freedom of expression doesn't mean I can stand in front of you and say whatever I like, which hurt your feeling, which humiliate you in the society. So there is a balance between freedom of expression and incitement of hatred. And these people, those who decided again to publish the same material of depicting the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and na'udzubillah, showing some very unacceptable images of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, totally unexpected images of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, connecting the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, al-ayadhu billah, with those who are terrorizing the society, with those who are the symbol of devil in the society. It is totally unacceptable. If you are not allowed to insult one person in the society and hurt the feeling of someone, and this was the same argument we said all the time, how someone will be given the right to hurt the feeling of 1.7 billion Muslims all over the world. And for us, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is more honorable, more respectable, and we love Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than anything. And according to Islam, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى أكون أحب إليه من والده وولده والناس أجمعين. Your iman will not be completed if you don't have love for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than your children, more than your parents, and anything in the world. If he is not more beloved to you than anything in the world, لا يؤمن أحدكم. The Muslim believes that iman will not be completed. And not only the muhabba, hatta akuna habba ilayhi. Muhabba or love is one thing. Even some scholars say to love someone is a one level and to honor someone is another level. They say the honor of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Islamic society is more important, it has more value than the love of someone. And how they say? They say the love you can have with someone, but without any honor. But for example, they give you to make it understand simply the relation of father and son. The father loved the child, but he don't honor him. Yeah? The father loved the child, but he don't honor him. What he do, he respect him. One is tawqir and one is ta'zim in Arabic. Tawqir means to respect someone. So the relation of father and son, the father loved the son, but in this love is a respect, but not honoring his son. When my son came, I have to give him this honor. I have to give him. Yes, they have a respect, the mutual respect between which we have in the society as a father and son. So love is there, but not honor. But the son towards father, he have a love. He love his father, being a father, but at the same time he honor his father. The same time he honor his father. So you can understand the son relation towards father consists of both things, love and honor. And the relation of father towards son is consists of one thing, love, not honor, but respect. So there is a big difference between respect something or honoring something. So the Quran, the word of the Quran, وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ, to honor the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the hadith, لَا يُؤْمِنُ أَحَدُكُمْ حَتَّى أَكُونَ أَحَبَّ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ وَالِدِهِ وَوَلَدِهِ وَالنَّاسِ أَجْمَعِينَ. It is the duty of every single Muslim, and this is the requirement of our iman and the requirement of our faith, that we should have respect and honor and love for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when you have honor, you have respect, and you have love for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than anything in this world. And this is the message is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shahidam wa mubashiram wa nazira. Oh, my message we have sent you as a shahid, as a witness, as a giver of glad tidings, the good news, wa nadira and warner, litu'minu billahi wa rasulihi, to believe in Allah, to believe on you and his their Lord. Wa tu'azziruhu, and to honor him. Wa tuwaqqiruhu, and to respect him. So the relation between father and son, and the relation of son with father, again, tawqir, ta'zim, and muhabbat, all three required for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the relation which we have with our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam of ta'zim and tawqir and muhabbat. It required us, whenever someone try to insult the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is the minimum requirement of iman. It hurts you. So when you are not allowed to hurt the feeling of one person, how you are allowed to do the same? I say this is the conspiracy. Deciding after 5 years again what happened in the street of Paris, what's happened in France, and how the people suffered, and they know the cause of this case. We never supported reaction. We never supported any kind of terrorism to react, but at the same time allowing these people to do what create unrest in the society, giving open permission to the same publisher to do whatever they want, whether the reaction comes, whether it's hurt the feeling of someone, whether it's don't like by 1.7 billion of the Muslim world. If you don't take in account this, it means intentionally you want some unrest in the society. Intentionally you want some chaos in the society. And I say this is external challenge which is started from 2nd of September. And I tell you and warn you, this is the beginning. All the issues start with these kind of activities behind the scene. This is a beginning, and in this beginning of Islamic year is a clear message to all of you. And I'm warning you, and you have to be aware that the fitna for Muslims, especially living in the Europe, is started by the decision of the same Charlie Hebdo after 5 years on the 2nd September, publishing the same dirty material, the same depicting of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They have started again, and you will see the the result of all these things, how they want to create unrest in community, and how to show the picture of Islam, not compromising with anything, not having any tolerance in the society. And then you will see again Islam and the Quran will be another topic. So we have to understand, in one hand, we condemn strongly with the strong words the action of Charlie Hebdo after 5 years again going on the same way, which created big fitna, not only in France and Europe, but all over the world. Not only 17 people died in France, many other people died all over the world in the result of this unrest. Again, doing the same is a clear sign that you want again some problem in the world. The way the world is suffering from COVID-19, the way the economy is going down, the way the issue, the Himalayan and mountain issue we are facing, because of all these, creating another fitna is a sign that Charlie Hebdo, people representing this publisher group, they want again some fitna. So this is external challenge, which I want to warn you. And the internal challenge, it started from subcontinent and slowly is coming to UK. One person in Pakistan, and this has never happened in 73 years of the history of Pakistan. In 73 years history of Pakistan, it never happened that people came to the main road, to the most busiest place of the Karachi, and they openly cursed the Sahaba of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it's never happened in the history when some person right in the heart of Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan, he publicly, in a public meeting, in a public gathering, this person declared Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq as a kafir and non-believer. And you know how they are trying to bring these things, the unrest to this country. Within 2 days, within 2 or 3 days, more or less, the same person came to UK, and when he see the reaction in Pakistan, he came into UK, somewhere in Northampton or somewhere. He continued the same topic, and then he said that not only the kafir which declared there, he said the la'nat, the curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which came for the Christian, the mubahala, they said the same curse was waiting. It stopped from the Christian because of bringing Ali and Fatima and Ahlul Bayt, and na'uzu billah. This curse was waiting, which is mentioned in the Quran, and its curse comes upon the Abu Bakr Siddiq when he becomes Khalifa, na'uzu billah. This is their Islam. The one who spent all of his life with the Prophet, the one who is still resting in the Prophet, the one who gave his daughter to the Prophet, the father-in-law of the Prophet. If you take out from Islam Sahaba, the companion of the Prophet, what left behind? Honestly, to go take out from Islam Sahaba, what left behind? The authenticity of the Quran, the ahadith, the whole deen, how we received it through Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who were in the battle of Badr, who were in the battle of Uhud, who were in the battle of Ahzab, who did migration with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who faced the mushrikeen in Makkah. Look at the whole Islamic history. I ask you, any sensible person, take out all the Sahaba, na'uzubillah, as they declared that after Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam only 3 or 4 left moment, all other become infidels and all become kafir. Na'uzubillah minha. If only 4 remain Muslim, are you talking about the Sahaba or you are talking about the Prophet? The non-Muslim says the most successful person of human history is Prophet Muhammad, who changed the mind of the people, who brought big revolution in the society. And according to your statement, the most unsuccessful person was Prophet Muhammad. Na'uzu billah. The unsuccessful, all his struggle, all his migration, all his efforts, when he died, only 4 people were there Muslim, all other turned to, they left Islam. They become infidels, they become na'uzubillah munafiqeen, they become murtad, which they use the word murtad. If they all become murtad, if na'uzubillah they all become kuffar, if they all become munafiqeen and only 3 or 4 left, so the Prophet is the most successful person or is the most unsuccessful person? If the result of the whole da'wah, if the result of the all struggle, only 3 people or 4 people left behind, so what is the success of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Where is the result of the effort of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And then the whole Khilafat-e-Rashida, the whole Umayyi period, Abbasi period, Usmani period. So we don't have any Islamic history. We were living with kuffar and munafiqeen. We don't have any history because the Usmani of 600 years, they were munafiqeen. Abbasi for 500 years, they were munafiqeen. Umayyi for 100 years, they were munafiqeen. Khilafat-e-Rashida take out the period of 4 years of Hazrat Ali and 6 months of Hazrat Imam Hassan. 25 years, they were munafiqeen. So the whole Islamic history, according to your statement, is 4 years and few months. This is Islam you are educating in the society. This is the Islam you are propagating in the society. That 1400 years, the prime period of Islam and the real period of Islam is 4 to 5 years and that's it. Otherwise, the Khilafat-e-Rashida, they were munafiqun, na'uzubillah. The Abbasi, they all were non-Muslim. Nothing to do with Islam. The Usmani, nothing to do with Islam. Because they don't follow what I say. If this is Islam, then no Islam left in the world. We are living in illusion. This is internal problem which is started. And these elements in the society, these people and fitna in the society, they spread their dirt in Pakistan. And now they're coming here to the UK. And I know for sure the same dirt they will continue here to make the community fight with each other. In one hand, we are trying harmony in the society. We say whatever belief you have, the different group, but we share Quran common, we share Islam common, we share Prophet Muhammad common. On the basic fundamentals, we are united. So these differences, we were living for 1400 years. But the way you are educating yourself and the way you are from top declaring the Azwajun Nabi, the wives of the Prophet, na'uzubillah, majority of them, most of them, na'uzubillah, non-believers you are declaring. So the house of the Prophet is not safe. The Ashabun Nabi, most of them you are declaring hypocrite. So the companion of the Prophet is not safe. Those who quote the Islam, the Khilafat-e-Rashida, right from Abu Bakr to Umar and Osman Ridwanullah alayhim ajmain, they were nothing to do with Islam. So where Islam left? If the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was full of na'uzubillah non-Muslim, if the companion, the Prophet was surrounded by non-Muslim, if he were just captured from inside and outside all the way by non-Muslim, so what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, and don't take me wrong to understand the way these extremists, there are few elements those who create fitna in the society, they all do in the love of Ahlul Bayt and the love of Ahlul family of Prophet. We love Ahlul Bayt more than these devious people. We have honor and respect for the family of the Prophet. We strongly believe if anyone connected with the Prophet, he have a love for the family of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How someone related with the Prophet and don't have an honor and respect of the Prophet. But the difference between us and these some few devious preachers, we have honor for those who were companion of the Prophet. And we have a great respect and honor for those who are the family of the Prophet. We do salam and we bow our head to both of them, whether they related to the family of the Prophet in Ahlul Bayt, or they were the companion of the Prophet, or they were the Azwaj and wives of the Prophet, whatever related to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we kiss the dust which has any connection with the feet of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, let alone the family of the Prophet or the companion of the Prophet. We are not going for this division, Nauzubillah, with our this devious approach to create the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam the most unsuccessful person in Islam. For God's sake, Khuda ke liye haya karo. What picture you are showing to the world? He was surrounded in a wife, Nauzubillah, with non-Muslim. He was surrounded by companion, Nauzubillah, with non-Muslim. He was surrounded by all companion and successor with non-Muslim. What was the life of the Prophet left? Where is the history left? Where is the seerah left of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And then where is Islamic history left? Which we all are proud of it. The history of 1400 years in the world. So one is the external problem, which started again Charlie Hebdo by publishing again the same issue and the same material depicting Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the other is the internal problem. People started creating rift between Muslim communities, those who are living side by side, those who are understanding, and they have understanding and respect for each other. Our duty to be aware of these both fitna. We don't have to let them to create unrest again in our society, to start making fight Muslim on the street and the houses again. Beware of these big fitnas. Whenever the enemies try to weaken us, they have raised these issues between us. Whenever they try to make us fight with each other, they highlighted these issues between us and all our weakness. Look at the history of Islam. The most damage to the Muslim society and the most damage to Islamic system always from these internal issues. And when the internal issues connected with the external issues, they both enemies took the advantage. And who destroyed? The Muslim Ummah, the Muslim families, the Muslim society. And this is again started. So I'm warning you again, be careful. The things from subcontinent being transferred to UK. If the same preaching start here, if the same cursing start here, if the same grouping start here, the reaction and the reaction or any response from anyone who don't use in mind and reasoning, which will blame all the Muslim community. So be careful, be careful. Don't give chance to these preachers of hate, whether they are external in the form of Charlie Hebdo or they are external creating the rift and denying the whole Islamic history and the glory of Islamic history on the name of Ahlul Bayt or on the name of the Sahaba or on the name of the Azwaj in any name. We all connected with all these through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anything connect. Allah says, La uqsimu bihadha al-balad wa anta hillum bihadha al-balad. Allah qasam uthata hai. The city of Makkah is not because there is Makkah, there is Zamzam, there is Kaaba, there is a wa anta hillum bihadha al-balad. Allah said this place is honorable and I'm taking the oath of this city because you are living in this city. The city is honorable. Madinatul Nabi, why is Medina? Because the Prophet reside there. These are the issues we have to understand. That the matter thing was a bit longer. I'm sorry. We have tried to finish on time. But these were two very important things. Please take notice. Because through social media, through all these things going to serve. And your duty to be responsible only forward what is has a way to be forward. And don't forward anything which creates more fitna and rift in Muslim community. And we condemn both actions. The internal action and the outer action we condemn, which will bring only chaos and unrest in Muslim community. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.